The soul, as it descends to Earth, passes by the 7 planets and celestial bodies, receiving a characteristic from each one. If it can attain exaltation and exit the repetitive cycle of life, it follows the same path out of the planetary boundaries, returning to each planet what it gained from them on its way to Earth. In one of our previous videos, we talked about the 7 degrees of followers of Mitra: Crow, Bride, Soldier, Lion, Parsi, Sun Messenger, and Father. The Crow is the first rank of someone who joins the Mitra, and by following a series of teachings, they can gradually elevate themselves to the rank of Father, which is the highest rank and essentially represents Mitra on Earth. In these 2 books, you can find more information about the stages and rituals of joining each rank in the Mithraic beliefs. An important point raised in both books is that a large part of the information about the ranks and rituals of Mithra's followers comes from works and writings about believers of this religion within the Roman Empire, and they may differ from the Mithraic beliefs of ancient Persians. Yet, in the belief system of Mithra's followers, regardless of whether they were in Rome or Persia, there was close attention to cosmic beliefs. It is mentioned that the timing of the Mithraic festivals was determined based on astronomical principles, with the most important ones occurring on the longest and shortest days of the year, as well as during the spring and autumn equinoxes each year. This reliance on the ceremonial dates being tied to the rotation of the Earth and planets led the followers of Mitra to become professional astronomers. Zodiac signs can also be found in many Mithraeums, with 12 circles described as the houses of the sun, through which it travels over a year. One of the ancient festivals based on discovered artifacts in which the Mitraic followers participated is known by this name, and was one of the important Roman festivals held on April 21st, corresponding to the 2nd day of the 2nd month of the year in the Persian calendar. You might find it interesting that the official Palilia ceremony started with jumping over a fire at dawn and officially ended with 3 jumps over the fire at night. April 21st is also introduced as the anniversary of the founding of Rome, and the Roman Palilia festival is associated with this occasion. But the significance of this day for the Mithraic followers is related to the rise of the sun from the constellation Taurus on this day. We discussed the importance of this constellation in Mithraic beliefs in the previous video, and you can find the link to it in the description section of this video on YouTube. In the explanations provided in this book about the most important teachings of Mitra, it is stated that the human soul originates from a fixed star and, in a cosmic journey, reaches the Earth through the path of the outer planets. This interpretation gains a new meaning considering the discussions about the importance of the stars in the constellation Orion in the beliefs of ancient people, and can be a continuation of the discussion about the presence of ancient extraterrestrials on Earth and their role in the emergence of modern humans. A significant part of all discussions about ancient extraterrestrials also leads to the Anunnaki, who, in the beliefs of the Sumerian people, were superior beings who came to Earth from the sky. The Sumerians associated each of the main members of the Anunnaki family with a prominent celestial body they recognized. According to one theory regarding the Anunnaki, the Sumerians' knowledge of the distances and order of the planets in the solar system can be evidence that the source of this knowledge was forces that came to Earth from space and recorded the order of the planets in the solar system along their path. Returning to the discussion on beliefs related to Mitra, the main planets of the solar system are also present in this religion. It is suggested that as the human soul travels through space between the planets on its way to Earth, it receives part of its essence from each planet until it finally enters a body on Earth. Believers in Mitra were tasked with living in such a way that, after death, they would be worthy of returning to their own star. And the Mithraic religion, through 7 symbolic stages of initiation, prepared them for this journey. In this Mithraeum in Ostia, Italy, we have one of the best depictions of these stages, illustrated as a ladder. Progressing to a higher stage in the Mithraic religion is symbolically shown as ascending the steps of this ladder and passing through a gate. Similarly, after death, the soul had to travel through the space between the planets to a place called the fixed stars, or the eternal realm, which has a sky with unchanging and fixed bodies, and reach the star that is its true home. This is where the soul would become eternal. In one interpretation, the zodiac is also involved, and the soul on its journey towards Earth must pass through its domain. In this descent towards Earth, not only does its body get covered in material light, but it gains all the attributes it will use on Earth. Regarding the attributes and characteristics that humans receive from celestial bodies, we have several interpretations and narratives. According to one, in the realm of Saturn, the power of thought and understanding; in Jupiter, the power of action; in Mars, courage; in the Sun, the ability to visualize and imagination; in Venus, desires and passions; in Mercury's orbit, the ability to speak and self-identify; and in the Moon's orbit, the ability to reproduce and grow the body. For each of these, there is also a gate, and of course, there is an 8th gate beyond Saturn that opens to the eternal world. In the writings of this ancient Roman author and poet, Servius, this interpretation appears. At the time of creation, each human receives the soul from the god of the sun, the body from the goddess of the moon, self-awareness from Mars, innovation from Mercury, the desire for mating from Jupiter, affection from Venus, and the essence of life from Saturn. And every person who dies must return the trust of each planet to the gods of these planets, one by one, during their journey. Boethius, the author of The Consolation of Philosophy, also mentions the soul's return and its journey from Earth to the world of the fixed stars, a place above Earth. In this text, considered one of Plato's important dialogues, the soul is described as the eternal and everlasting essence of a human that once ascended beyond the heavens and glimpsed part of the reality beyond this limited world. It can only return to the eternal realm by growing new wings through self-restraint and leaving earthly elements behind. The process of a Mithraic mystic's advancement through the 7 defined degrees aligns with the concept of their resurrection in the afterlife, ascending through the celestial spheres to the realm of the fixed stars. A very important discussion in both books we reviewed emphasizes the differences between Mitra and the sun, stating that Mitra is not the sun itself. Even in some depictions, the sun or mare stands beside Mitra. A further explanation suggests that Mitra is likely related to the planet Saturn and could be the same as Cronus, who is introduced as the representative of the Father, the 7th and highest rank among Mithraic believers. A discussion that we will return to in upcoming videos about ancient beliefs in the forces of Saturn and all the associated phenomena of this strange planet